Folks, look at this, real estate friends. Stephen Brobeck right here in the, where is it? Right there, from the Consumer Federation of America, put out an opinion piece today in Housing Wire. Anti-competitive price fixing in real estate commissions is not the answer to fair and accessible home ownership, a response to recent criticisms of the CFA. Well, Stephen, you put yourself into this ring and you have done nothing but side with Ketchmark, side with the Department of Justice, which is misguided in many, many ways. And you have attacked the real estate industry into, just as you did in your headline here, to say that we are price fixing. You are someone who represents the Consumer Federation of America, which is supposed to be for consumers, for first-time buyers, for VA buyers. And all you have done with the defending of the enemy against the existing, or I shouldn't say existing, but the enemy against the organized real estate, all you have really done is hurt first-time buyers, made things more difficult for first-time buyers, VA buyers. And this notion that you have, this fantasy that you have, along with some others, that the changes are going to somehow just drop commissions is wrong. It's going to prove to be wrong. And you will end up realizing that you took the wrong side. Okay, I was in a training today in our Connecticut office, and a bunch of the agents were asking questions, and some of them were saying, well, okay, even if the buyer, does negotiate a fee through a closing cost credit or a seller's concession, or if the buyer asks the seller to pay it through the closing, if they're up against a buyer who can, a rare buyer, who can come out of pocket to pay their buyer's agent's brokerage, that puts them at a disadvantage. And I stood there and I said, that's correct. Yeah, but Anthony, I feel bad for the buyers. But Anthony, I said, guys, have you been seeing my videos since October? I've been saying this since October. Since October. Now, I will go further with respect to Mr. Brobeck here. He is someone that is undoubtedly somehow, some way tied into the Michael Ketchmark payroll. Now, I don't actually know if Ketchmark is paying people, but somehow he has incentivized some of these groups to speak out in favor of this case and against the industry. And I find it very, very interesting. And I won't be at all surprised. In fact, I'm predicting it, and I predicted it over the winter, that at some point there will be a donation made from the settlement funds to the Consumer Federation of America. I'm sure that's a handshake, wink, wink deal that has somehow been made along the way throughout this situation. And I bet that'll come down. And when it does, I'll play back this video and other videos I've done where I predicted that would happen. So yes, of course, the real estate industry and realtors and brokerages have worked very hard. I mean, I've never worked harder than I have in the last 3 months in my life to adjust and to make things as easy on our clients as possible. And we have, of course, done some training to make sure the agents are up on how to handle this and tackle this. But truth be told, at the end of the day, there will be buyers that will have a bit of a harder time for this. And Mr. Stephen Brobeck, I just want to point out that is your fault. You, the misguided Department of Justice, the lead plaintiff's attorney, Michael Ketchmark, and his whole team. That is all of your fault. And I told Ketchmark that in the debate that I did with him, and I told you that, Stephen, in multiple videos. And I believe somewhere along the line, you and I spoke on the phone a couple of years ago before things started to get heated in this case. So I just wanted to come out here and call you out and point out your name. So any realtor friends out there who are unhappy with what has happened, or who are realizing or have realized long ago that this isn't so good for buyers, I'd like you to, why don't you look up Stephen Brobeck from the Consumer Federation of America? Why don't you shoot him an email and tell him what goes on in the real world, since he seems to have trouble understanding that despite multiple experts telling him, despite the fact that he's regularly in touch with the National Association of Realtors. At least with Michael Ketchmark, I mean, hey, the guy's a talented trial attorney. He's trying a case. He's doing what he really should be doing when you're the lead plaintiff attorney in a case and you need to make noise and you need to get the media on your side, that's what he should be doing. I don't like it. I don't like the rhetoric. But at least you can understand why he's doing it, right? When you think about Stephen Brobeck here, he's supposed to be for consumers. Okay, the name of the group that he leads is the Consumer Federation of America. And here he is harming consumers. He's in his final years of involvement in this. The guy, from what I have heard, has spent his career doing this. And this is how he ends his career, harming consumers. That's what he's doing here. So I could go on and on all day, but I just wanted realtor friends to be aware of Mr. Brobeck because I've spent a lot of time talking about Ketchmark and DOJ and some of these other folks, but I thought Mr. Brobeck has been getting a pass from me, only been mentioned in a few videos, but I thought it was time to do a specific video just to introduce the audience to him. So if you agree, let him know. If you disagree with me or you agree, make some comments here in the comment feed here on Instagram and follow me on Crush It. Let me know what you think. That's all, folks. Have a great day. Real estate industry will live on. Buyers and sellers will be okay. Not the best way that it could be. Not as transparent as it used to be. But we will make do along with our clients for the good of our clients. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.